theory is that this game will be played in the daytime because it is all business in downtown Los Angeles today, where the WNBA's two best teams will finally collide. 11-0, the Los Angeles Sparks off to their best start in franchise history against the 12-0 defending champion Minnesota Lynx off to the best start in league history. Same court at the same time. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Staples Center. Jim Watson and Mary Murphy. This is historic. This has never happened before. Not in the WNBA, not in the NBA, not in Major League Baseball, not in NHL, not in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen have two teams this good, this deep, met on the same court. Mary, what's it mean to you?
What it means is these are two great teams, and they are playing as well as any teams have ever played. On the offensive end, on the defensive end, they are getting after it. We have superstars. We have great benches. This is simply going to be a terrific game.
And as if this game weren't enough for you, earlier today, the WNBA announced its all-time top 20 players, part of the celebration of 20 years in existence for the WNBA. Two names for Los Angeles Sparks on there, the legend Lisa Leslie and Candace Parker, who's already made history, and she's still making history.
She's been here all season long from the start of training camp for the very first time, and her play shows it. She's in the top 10 in the WNBA in scoring, rebounding, and assists. She's in her 9th year, leading the break. You can put her inside, take it outside, whether it's a 2 or a 3. She's doing a terrific job.
Candace Parker deserves the recognition, and someday if Nneka Ogwumike keeps playing like this, she's going to add her name to that list.
Just focus. She's getting out there and getting it done. Runs the floor as well as any big in the league. Last 4 games, shooting 80% from the floor. She has been simply unstoppable. Today, she needs to be great on the defense end. She will start matched up on 6'6" Sylvia Fowles.
So a great start for Los Angeles at 11-0. It's one of the best starts ever, but it's only the second best start this year because Minnesota is 12-0, and they have 3 names on that all-time top 20 list, and they're all here. Let's start with Maya Moore. It only took Maya 5 years to get on the all-time best list. 5 years.
And she is that good. And boy, when you watch her play, you understand why. She makes the game of basketball look easy. Whether it's the pull-up, whether it's the decisions to take a 3 or to put it on the floor, rebound defense. It's a career high for assists this season at 5 a game, at times completely unstoppable. She's on top of her game.
Right now, Maya Moore's the number 3 scorer in the league. Big Syl, though, does it at both ends.
She really does. A great shot blocker. A year ago, 51%. This year, around 59. She is settled. She is ready. And boy, she is somebody that LA has got to find a way to slow down.
Minnesota and Los Angeles, the clear favorites to win it all this year. They'll play 2 times this week, 11-0 against 12-0. This has never happened in any pro league ever.
Attention fishermen. Now there's a revolutionary lure that experts say catches too many fish. In fact, it's even banned in some states. Introducing the rechargeable twitching lures. The first rechargeable electronic lures with the genetic secret to catching fish. They're so easy. Charge them like your cell phone. They charge in minutes so you can fish for hours. When it hits the water, it begins to flash, buzz, and twitch. So the big fish think it's an injured bait fish. These twitching lures catch every species of fresh or saltwater fish. The secret is in the patented Strike technology. The lure flashes, buzzes, and twitches to attract fish from miles away. Fish can't resist that twitch because it triggers their urge to strike, programmed deep down in their DNA.
They hear it, they see it, they feel it, and they bite it.
Bass, trout, salmon, tuna, mahi, amberjack, salt or fresh, big or small, the twitching lure catches them all. It's guaranteed a catch on every cast or your money back.
Started to vibrate and the light started to flash. It was bam, instantaneous. Drove the fish crazy.
Absolutely phenomenal. One cast after the other, fish after fish. Fantastic.
Watch this. We turned on the camera and a stopwatch. Here's the cast. Pow! Here's the fish. 10 seconds. A twitching lure works that fast. Now, look at them all go for it. This is a live strike in the open ocean. Fish can't resist a lure with a twitch. It triggers their DNA.
I can see it flashing when it's in the water.
Fish magnet. You're not going to find another lure like it on the planet Earth.
The rechargeable twitching lure has been featured in USA Today and even major fishing magazines. The twitching lure takes the guessing out of fishing. This one lure replaces them all. Call or go online now and get your rechargeable twitching lure with recharge cord for only $19.99. Guaranteed a catch every cast or your money back. But wait, order now and you can add a second twitching lure. Just pay additional processing and handling. That's a $40 value for just $19.99. Plus the secret to always catching fish. Priceless.
It is perhaps the most anticipated regular season game in WNBA history. The 11-0 Los Angeles Sparks, best start in franchise history against the 12-0 defending champion Minnesota Lynx, the best start in league history. Earlier today, the WNBA announced its list of the top 20 players all time, part of its celebration of 20 years. Well, you know a lot of those names. Candace Parker, let's start with her. She's in action today. Mary, she's already on the all-time list. I think she's still in her prime.
Absolutely. She's playing maybe the best basketball of her career as a rookie. She was Rookie of the Year in the WNBA and the MVP. She's looking for her first WNBA title. She's got a lot riding on this season.
Lisa Leslie, also there for the LA Sparks. Lisa Leslie's always going to be a cornerstone of this franchise, and she's always going to be one of the greatest players ever to lace them up.
There's just no doubt about it. She was so good on the court, so good off the court, won championships, won Olympic gold medals. She really is the gold standard in the WNBA.
5 players on that list with ties to the LA Sparks, besides Candace Parker and Lisa Leslie, Teresa Weatherspoon, Tisha Penicheiro, and Tina Thompson. The Sparks have been waiting since last year. The fans have been waiting 6 weeks for the Lynx and the Sparks. The tip-off is next, downtown LA.
Do you know a high school senior that excels athletically, academically, and is a standout in their community? If so, then nominate them for their chance to win a $2,500 scholarship. Visit twcschamp.com for details. Presented by Shakey's.
What's our Shakey's time? Party time! Pizza, chicken.
Mojo's. The time to unwind. Game time.
Lunchtime.
Family time. All day, every day.
It's always a good time for Shakey's.
This 4th of July, Nissan's giving you 1,000 more reasons to celebrate. Choose excitement, capability, safety, and get holiday bonus cash. During Nissan's Free to Choose event, get up to 1,000 holiday bonus cash on top of existing offers, like 0.9% financing on Altima. Hurry! Bonus cash ends July 5th. Shop at your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com today.
Make a difference. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
It is 88 degrees in downtown Los Angeles, peaking out at 90 today. Come on inside for the matinee. Take the rest of the day off and join us. The Sparks and the Lynx both undefeated. For Los Angeles, well, you know the names by now, don't you? Elena Beard, 4-time All-Star. Candace Parker, earlier today, named to the WNBA's all-time top 20. Essence Carson has been in double figures the last 2. Christy Tolliver has been in double figures every game. And Nneka Ogwumike leads Los Angeles with 6 double-doubles. 3 players for Minnesota on the WNBA's top 20 all-time. Lindsay Whalen, Maya Moore, and Simone Augustus. Rebecca Brunson and Sylvia Fowles also in the first 5 for Cheryl Reed. And what do you say about the job that she's done in her 7th season in the Great Lakes? A 3-time WNBA champion. They have 3 titles in the last 5 years. She's already number 9 in all-time wins with 152. Brian Agler for Los Angeles is number 5 all-time in WNBA wins. 25 of those have come with Los Angeles. He was the 2010 WNBA Coach of the Year when he led Seattle to the title. Well, you just got to start at the top of the table and stay right there. They combined 23-0. Every time Los Angeles would catch Minnesota, the Lynx would win another game. The Lynx just beat Seattle the other night. Mary, it's the greatest start in the history of the league.
And they will meet again on Friday night, so this is just the first of 3 they will play after the Labor Day weekend as well and after the Olympics. But boy, the table is set. 2 terrific teams on both sides of the ball. We have great players, great defense. Can't wait to get this started.
Minnesota has the #1 offense in the league at 88 points a game. Los Angeles is #2 at 87. LA has the best defense, allowing just 71 points a game. Minnesota is second at 73. I can read you the numbers all day long. These are the 2 best teams in the WNBA. And in 2 hours, one of them will suffer its first loss of the year. Lynx in the silver and blue, Los Angeles in their form blue and gold, and LA wins the tip. Carter hands to Beard, gaps the defense and kicks. Tolliver.
Great start for Christy Tolliver. Great start for Los Angeles. Brian Adler talked to us before the game about getting in sync early against a great defensive team.
Maya Moore comes back looking for a quick response. Rebound Candace Parker. At the end of the day, about 90% of Candace Parker's rebounds will be defensive. Leaves that one well short. Simone Augustus spin on the right side. Draws 2. Gives it up late to Brunson. Who gets fouled and should go to the line. Brunson hasn't missed a free throw this year.
Elena Beard, drive. The goal, get to the rim, but on that kick out, you buy some time. Whalen cannot recover in time, and LA draws first blood.
Brunson, 13th season out of Georgetown.
Minnesota, not a team you want to send to the line. When you shoot 85%, they make you pay.
She still hasn't missed a free throw this year. 4-time WNBA champion Rebecca Brunson.
Whalen matching up with Tolliver.
Same thing again as Parker hands off to Beard. She tries to penetrate. Sent back and launched the 19-footer.
Sylvia Fowles going to work early down low. They do not get a good pass into her. She had position.
It's not a good entry at all. Lindsay Whalen is forced to grab at midcourt to stop the LA break.
When we think of Nneka Ogwumike, we think about great offense this season, but really being called upon to play great defense. We saw that against Phoenix where she was checking Brittany Griner, and now the challenge is to check Sylvia Fowles, shooting close to 59% so far this season. She is off to a great start after sitting for half the year last year.
LA coming off a 6-point home win against Phoenix. Minnesota just beat Seattle on Sunday night. Tough entry by Beard, threw it right by Parker. Good idea. They had it for a second, but then the lane closed.
Seattle forcing turnovers at 24 points off turnovers, and a terrific job off the bench by Minnesota.
And Minnesota also shot a season-best 56% from the field at Key Arena. Backdoor cut. Moore instead goes all the way through and dumps it out to Augustus, who misses. The putback by Brunson is there.
Talk about so many players on Minnesota, and you often don't talk about Brunson, but she just does all the intangibles. Whatever you need, she delivers.
Candace Parker in and out.
Moore pushes it ahead to Brunson.
Maya Moore, the pull-up, loves that mid-range jumper. She'll beat you off the dribble. The defense tries to rally deep, so she stops in the middle.
Old school moves, a little pull-up, knocks it down every time. High efficiency.
First points for her. She's third in the league at 20 a game. Alone in the corner, Essence Carson. Short. She's been shooting the ball very well.
A lot of jump shots in the early going by LA, and Brian Adler wanted a whole lot more getting to the rim, getting to the paint.
Augustus gets it back. This is the second time. It was so bad, it lands right in the hands of Brunson, and now it's 8-3 Minnesota. Brunson has 6.
Brian Agler with the timeout, and you know the topic's going to be, hey, we've got to box out. You cannot give a great offensive team second opportunities.
Yeah, certainly there are bad bounces, but that hit nothing, and LA was caught looking. Minnesota on an 8-0 run.
You're here to buy a car. What would help is simply being able to recognize a fair price. That's never really been possible, but along comes a radically new way to buy a car called TrueCar. And now it is. TrueCar has pricing data on every make and model, so all you have to do is search for the car you want. There it is. Now you're an expert in less than a minute. This is how car buying was always meant to be. This is TrueCar.
People love my portobello mushroom buttery jack, made with portobello mushrooms, grilled onions, and garlic herb butter. Ever wonder how I came up with it? Well, actually, I came up with it at the water cooler, but I thought you'd like this cowboy story better. The Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack is back. Part of the Buttery Jack family. Taste it before it's gone.
20 years ago, I was just a little girl.
I didn't know I'd average 20 points.
Didn't know I'd have eyes in the back of my head.
I didn't know I would grow to be 6'9".
I didn't know I'd become an all-star.
Didn't know I'd be a nightmare on the wing.
But what I did know is if I could do what they did, I could be a pro. Watch me work.
The WNBA celebrates 20 years, and this was the very first basket ever at the Great Western Forum. Penny Toller from the baseline against New York. Seems like it was just yesterday. Where's Penny now? She's still here. She's always here. As a front office executive, as a player, as a coach, she spent her entire career as part of the LA Sparks.
And we saw Rebecca Lobo in that shot. Vicki Johnson, number 55 for the New York Liberty, now an assistant coach for San Antonio. Kim Hampton for New York in that shot as well. Still involved with the game for the Liberty.
Knocked away and taken away. And here's Maya Moore. Got fouled and tried to roll it up and in. It spins out, but she'll go to the line.
Boy, you come out of the timeout. That's not what you're looking for. And what did Brian say to us, Jim? And we can't give up easy points. Whatever team gives up the most easy points is probably the team that's going to lose.
Well, the rebounds have told the story early and led to some of those easy points, Mary. 7-1 Minnesota in rebounds. And, of course, Minnesota leads the league in steals and just picked up one to lead to these free throws by Maya Moore, and she shoots 90% from the line. There's not any weak spots on this team. Minnesota, 3 titles in the last 5 years. 3 players on the roster today in the starting lineup that are on the WNBA's all-time top 20 list. Any franchise to have 3 on that list is amazing. They have 3 on the same team. Beard with a much-needed basket for LA and the foul.
And what's the change? The drive, the attack of the paint. Going right at Augustus. Late rotation, you get the foul. And this is the game plan. Don't be content taking jump shots. Get into the paint, create. Then if you have the opportunity to drive and dish, do it.
Beard misses it. Can't complete the three-point play.
Beard on Whalen. They're trying to extend the defense full court.
Beard averages better than 2 steals per game. Second best in the league. Whalen got herself in trouble.
This is the goal. Make her work. Make her take time. And Beard just getting after it. May have been a foul there, pushing off on Whalen.
Elena Beard gave her that little bit of press, so Whalen leaned back against her, and Beard pulled the chair out. She went right down. And you're not talking about just some journeyman. Lindsay Whalen's won an Olympic gold medal, and she's going to play in Rio for the United States as well. Just underway. 11-0 Los Angeles, 12-0 Minnesota. Tolliver, well short. And Moore has another rebound. It's not uncommon. Like last year, she averaged 7 rebounds a game. Whalen beats everybody baseline.
So the Lynx take the long miss and turn it basically into an outlet pass and get into transition layup at the other end.
Haven't heard from Nneka yet. There she is on the roll, drops the shoulder, and draws the whistle.
The missed shot, and then the push ahead. Whalen with the backdoor cut. This is a team that has played together so often. They know each other very, very well. Moore, just great patience, waiting for Whalen to take that backdoor cut.
Two things about this game that jumped out at me, that these are the 2 best teams in the league. They're also the 2 oldest teams in the league, but they've also are 2 of the top 3 teams with the most turnover this year. Both of these teams have 6 new players on their roster. For LA, maybe that's to be expected, but Minnesota won the title, Mary, and rolled the roster.
Well, we talked to Cheryl Reeve about that before the game. You said, yeah, we took a long, hard look at our bench and how we were going to improve.
Left alone, Brunson. She started out quickly with 6 points. That's her first miss.
That's a shot that Brian Agler will give Minnesota.
Beard draws 3, knocked out of bounds. 12 on the shot clock.
Be very aware of Lynx players sliding in and getting position and looking for charges.
Tolliver's going to put it in play underneath. Referees today, Eric Bruton, Aaron Smith, Jeff Wooten.
You got a good look at that Lynx bench right now.
Yeah, Brunson, Augustus, Whalen. I'll take a seat. We'll set them as we go.
Nneka has not taken a shot yet. She got fouled and went to the free throw line.
Tolliver. Old inbounds play. The shooter inbounds it, then gets lost in traffic and finds a spot outside. Tolliver did not convert. Thrown into the backcourt.
Outstanding defensive job on that baseline drive. Cut it off. The bailout pass and the turnover on the over and back. McCarville comes in for fouls, and it's a different team when fouls on the floor and when she's not on the floor. Great passing post. McCarville back after not being with the team last season.
Hanging in the air, Parker, pump fake and a late one. Goes hard to the basket, left hand, blocking foul.
We just talked about that. It's the Lynx team very heads up. They are going to try to slide in there and force that contact. The block is called instead, and Maya Moore taking a look over the sidelines. The kick by Gray. Nice little head fake from Parker. The 2 superstars right there.
Finally, a bit of good news for Los Angeles as Minnesota picks up its 4th team foul in the quarter. Well, your chance to watch the Sparks all season long is just a quick phone call or dial it up on the internet. 24/7. You can get season tickets as a 24/7 member, access to players, discounted tickets, a discount at the Team LA store, and much, much more. Season tickets starting at just $192. Call 844-GO-SPARKS or visit lasparks.com. Lots of basketball still in front of us. These 2 teams will play again on Friday.
LA in the early going, just 1 of 5 from the free throw line.
Brian Agler was the very first head coach in Minnesota Lynx history. Spent 4 years in the Great Lakes.
The foul's on Howard. She's coming off a career-high 16 points in Seattle off the bench in 17 minutes of play.
Nneka's in the book.
Beard on Moore. Lavender on the floor as well.
Pull down inside, the putback. It's saved. Janelle McCarville tried to throw it behind her back. Tasha Howard missed that first look inside. There's Chelsea Gray, who's now getting over 20 minutes a game.
Nice job of transition defense there. Just hustle, sprint back.
Minnesota's changed its lineup, Mary, and it's not quite as sharp as it was to begin. And I think Cheryl Reeves looking back at her bench, thinking maybe too early to go back to my starters. But it's gotten ragged for them.
Well, I think she's okay with that. Montgomery is dynamic. They like what Howard's given it.
Open look. Lavender's in there for LA. Here comes Tolliver. Tolliver against McCarville is cut off. Goes back to Lavender. Great look by Christy Tolliver. Everybody thought the play was over except for KT and Jantel.
Necker runs the ball, runs the floor so well in transition, but Jantel Lavender's been doing it since she was a Buckeye.
Cuts the lead to 2. Natasha Howard inside on the bump, got separation and lays it in. Third year out of Florida State, had 16 points the other night at Seattle, did not miss a shot.
Played for Indiana a year ago, involved in the Devereaux Peters trade.
Another new face in Minnesota, Gia Perkins, who we saw so long in San Antonio. One of their all-time leaders. Howard setting up under the basket. They throw to her. She settles her feet, and it's a 6-point advantage.
Just getting crushed on the boards.
Yep.
Got to find a way to get a body and clear it. One and done. It hasn't happened yet. 6 second chance points.
I would expect to see Essence Carson come back in. It's one of the reasons they acquired her in the offseason. Spinning it midcourt is Renee Montgomery. Gives it up to Moore. Moore's only 1 for 3 to start the game. And McCarville almost had to foul. Nneka had the angle and the position on her.
Christy Tolliver, head up.
See, everyone relaxed.
But it's running the floor and just knowing you've got trailers coming. Make yourself available. The outstanding hands of Jantel Lavender. Maybe one of the early people you're looking at as the 6th player of the year, coming off the bench and giving an outstanding contribution.
It's certainly one of Jantel's strengths, those great hands, and she knows never to bring it down. She puts herself in position. The pass arrives. After she receives, she immediately becomes a shooter. LA's only shooting 27% from the field to start this game, and only 50% from the free throw line so far. Meantime, Minnesota has not missed a free throw, 4 for 4. Minnesota's also under its average at 38%. Just getting started. That 40% shooting mark is a good number to keep in mind, because Minnesota has won 27 games in a row in which they've kept the opponent under 40% from the field. Montgomery, tough shot inside, did not draw iron nor a whistle. In your face, Simone Augustus.
More second chance points for the Lynx. So yeah, their initial offense, their initial shots not going down, but they are working hard on the O boards. They are +6 second chance points.
Team that's been on the road, a team that played just 48 hours ago, but they look fresher, they look more dynamic. Adamovich leaning in, it went halfway down, comes all the way out. Sylvia Fowles spins all the way through the lane. Started on the left, finished on the right.
And last year at midseason when she came to Minnesota, the Lynx really struggled to find just a role for her that was within the flow of what they were doing. As Tolliver drives in, she has really settled in nicely.
Yeah. Just a hesitation move again. Rocks the defense to sleep and then goes by. Let's start at this end.
Just takes her time, splits the double team. Got to shut the door on that. And Christy Tolliver, this is what Brian Agler wants. Attack the rim.
She hesitated on her first penetration at about 23 feet. The defender relaxed for a second, and then Tolliver drops it back into gear and blows past. And then protects with her body. Got the bucket, the basket. LA not playing well, but only down 5. A minute and a half to play in the first. Fouls fighting Lavender for space. Lavender got back to get a piece. Tolliver also came over to disrupt. And backcourt foul. Sylvia Fowles called for reaching.
And Dobovic, we saw this so much of last season. Wherever the ball was, she's there scraping, trying to get a piece of it.
KG player on Dobovic.
The only Olympian on the LA Sparks team. She will play for Serbia.
Her sister's on the team. It's the first time ever Serbia has qualified as a country for the Olympic Games. Friday on an all-new Backstage Sparks. Go behind the scenes with Coach Agler. It's the first full team practice of the season. See how they get it done. Plus, you'll get to know the newest members of the squad. Don't miss the season premiere of Backstage Sparks. It's next Friday, 8 o'clock, only on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet.
Dobovic had not scored the last 2 games off the bench, so that's got to feel good to get in and have an instant impact.
Only averaging 3 points a game. She's only averaging about 12 minutes a game. At the end of last season, she was becoming a fixture off the bench. Things have changed. Carville dumps it inside to Sylvia Fowles. Nice cut by Big Sil.
The beautiful passing of Janelle McCarville. She has always been, has terrific vision.
Taken away by Moore. Has help if she wants it. Will go to the line. Dobovic fouled her. 4 turnovers now for Los Angeles. Already it's led to 6 points, and you have a 90% shooter at the line. My mistake, Gia Perkins at the line.
And what an addition. A player very comfortable coming off the bench, hunting for a WNBA championship. And just another one of those great additions to the bench by this Lynx franchise.
Dances around but stays out. Perkins shoots 88%. Told you before, she spent all those years in San Antonio, part of the all-decade team down there. Was an all-star back in 2009.
3 of her last 5 games, double-figure scoring off the bench.
For a long time, she was the only Texas native on the San Antonio roster.
And now we've got Mariah Jefferson.
She's fun to watch. Under a minute now, first quarter. Parker has not scored in the first quarter, gets blocked and fouled.
Strong take from Candace Parker. Augustus, help rotation.
So Augustus slapped down across the wrists.
Nothing is going to come easy, really, on either end of the floor in the half court.
Candace over 3,600 career points. Last year played just 16 games, had 12 double-doubles. She just posted a double-double the other night against Phoenix, 24-11, as On Waters comes in to finish the quarter. 2 double-doubles for Candace so far this year. Lead is cut to 4. How about a stop and a score if you're an LA fan? Would erase a lot of the bad decisions early in the quarter, but Augustus drains the 16-footer from straight out.
Very confident, guarded by On Waters.
Essence Garson looking at that left side, trying to arrange the pieces. 5 on the shot. Lavender can shoot it from there. Got blocked. Parker, quick throw. Candace Parker caught it with 1 second in her back to the basket and flipped it backhand off glass.
A spectacular awareness of where is the ball.
Whalen, last shot of the quarter. Kick to the top. McCarville for 3. Won't go. So kind of a mixed bag for Los Angeles in that opening quarter. Candace Parker walking off the court with a little trepidation. Both palms up. 11-0 against 12-0. And Minnesota leads after 1.
Thursday, don't miss a special NBA Draft edition of Access Sportsnet Lakers.
A big night for the Lakers' present and future.
Join host Chris McGee and the Access Studio team for exclusive coverage of the Lakers' decision on the number 2 overall pick.
Lakers are ready to select.
Plus, complete draft analysis and the first interview with the team's top choice.
I think it's an awesome combination.
The NBA Draft edition of Access Sportsnet Lakers, Thursday at 6, only on Time Warner Cable. Sportsnet. Access Sportsnet is your one source for in-depth coverage of the Lakers, Galaxy, and Sparks.
Let's get right to the big story.
Join host Chris McGee, Jamie Maggio, Kelly Tennant, and special guests as they bring you the stories that are trending now.
We just felt it was the best thing in the organization.
Plus draft coverage, interviews, and highlights from the day's top events.
Let's have some fun here.
Access Sportsnet, nightly at 7, only on Time Warner Cable. Sportsnet. On the season premiere of Backstage Sparks, go behind the scenes as Coach Brian Agler gets mic'd up for the first team practice.
Just try to get them up to speed as quick as possible. And offense, work on your ball handling. Challenge your teammate.
Plus, we spend time with newcomers Chelsea Gray and Essence Carson off the court.
Which one of us is better?
Me! Whose jersey's hanging up?
A new season of Backstage Sparks premieres next Friday at 8, only on Time Warner Cable. Sportsnet.
LA shot just 33% in that first quarter, but there was good news. LA shot 14 free throws in the first quarter, Mary. LA only shot 12 free throws the entire game against Phoenix the other night. LA hasn't been getting to the free throw line. That's a good sign because I expect this game to be close at the finish.
It is a good sign. On the needs improvement side, this is the most points the LA Sparks have given up in the first quarter so far this season. The New York Liberty had 23 on the 7th of June. When you take 8 second chance points, 5 free throws, you added up 13 of the 25. Hey, you got to do a better job in both those areas.
Minnesota averaging 88 points a game, so they're in front of that. Los Angeles averaging 87. They're just behind. Minnesota gets the ball to start the second quarter. First time in the history of any pro league in America that two teams have been 11-0, 12-0 with no losses, no ties this deep in a season.
We have watched Lindsay Whalen for so many years, and it doesn't matter where you are. If you're a pro coach, if you're on the playground, if you're picking teams, you want Lindsay Whalen on your team. She makes great decisions. She's competitive. At big moments, she comes up big. She is just a winner.
She is number 3 all-time in this league in assists, 2,080 coming into today. She is also 15th all-time in scoring, closing in on 5,000 points. 13 years in the league, 8 years with Minnesota, and of course she played at the University of Minnesota. Misses. Rebecca Brunson goes around everybody to get the rebound. LA has to do a better job on the defensive glass.
You could put that in bold italics with exclamation points. You do not win this game until you clean that up.
Parker getting hammered from both sides. No basket. Foul came before.
Just the ability to catch that ball, put yourself in a position to make a play is what makes Candace Parker great.
Sparks ball on the side. Lavender remains in there. This is Carson, step back 18-footer.
Carson is playing with terrific confidence.
Quickly, Maya Moore did that to start the game as well. Missed them both. Here they come. Parker, late give to Lavender.
It's really LA Sparks at their best. We've seen this throughout this young season. It has the ability to push, and so many different people who can make the great pass.
Well, certainly you wouldn't describe LA as up-tempo, but you would call them a transition team, right, Mary? I mean, it starts, they get that defensive glass, and they go.
I would call them opportunistic.
Very
and
good.
Essence Carson comes by way of New York, and she is loving LA. Nice little pull-up, step back, and then Parker gives it up. Lavender with the finish.
It all started that one day. I knew then my destiny. To have a career where I can achieve my best, where every day is different, where lifelong friendships are made, where I'm saving lives and inspiring others. My name is Mackenzie Vandergeest, and I am a Los Angeles firefighter.
We all wonder what it would be like to fly, to have power, to journey to another world. We wish, hope, dream. Then we come to realize wonder can be real after all. Lynx Maxima.
The Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios Hollywood. Buy park tickets and annual passes online.
Sir, you're under arrest. This man just blew a .12 on the breathalyzer. That's over the legal limit. Hi, I'm attorney Darren Kavanoki, founder of 1-800-NO-CUFFS. Our DUI defense system has over 58 ways to fight breath and blood tests, so there is hope. If you're ever in handcuffs, call 1-800-NO-CUFFS. Call now and we can stop the DMV from automatically suspending your license. Call 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
The Los Angeles Sparks have partnered with Equitrust to make a difference beyond the court. Driven to Hoop will transform lives, empower youth, inspire our communities, and excite our city. Driven to Hoop believes it's not what you drive, but what drives you. For more information, please visit sparks.wnba.com/driven-to-hoop.
16 points in the paint by the Lynx, and a lot of it's because of the aggressiveness of Brunson. She averages 25 minutes a game. She gets 8 rebounds. Just unrelenting work ethic inside. You better find her. And then just keep moving, and that is Whalen doesn't miss many of those. The great passing inside to Big Sill. All she does is shoot close to 60% from the floor.
Not just points in the paint favoring Minnesota right now, but the Lynx at this end of the gym, Mary, 10-1 in rebounds over LA. 10-1.
An area that needs improvement.
Yeah, here it is, 27-25. So you correct a couple of these things, you should essentially move in front. Fouls, kicks it out. Whalen to the corner. Maya Morse comes back at the buzzer. They're going to count it.
Who is better than Maya Moore at that? Spatially so aware, how to get her shot off, where the three-point line is, the follow-through. So efficient.
Nneka has not scored a field goal. All her points from the free throw line. Candace Parker has 1 made field goal. So your 2 leading scorers have 1 made basket in the second quarter against Minnesota. Maya, get rid of this in time. I thought it was pretty close. Watch the backboard. Still in her hands. Still in her hands. You see, she even tried to short arm it, Mary. They're going to let it go. 30-25. Whalen.
Great
rebound, Nneka. Here comes Candace. Has Beard. Lost her footing. Kind of skipped. Maybe stepped on somebody. Yeah. With her left foot, she stepped on the defender. Hyperextended that left ankle a little bit. She seems to be all right. Watch her feet.
Coasting down the floor.
Right there, got kicked off.
A little bit of a inside-out kick, trying to get position. And the ref almost kicks her.
Hey, it's a physical game. You see, it's still bugging her a little bit.
Look at the free throw numbers. Yeah, LA has 10, but they've missed 5.
Well, by the time we're done, it's going to be the most free throws LA has shot in any game this season. Will it matter? Will it make a difference? 11 out of 16. Both teams, well, not anymore. Actually, LA is shooting below 40% now at 39. Minnesota is at 43% from the field. So Minnesota's starting to heat up again. Got that 8-0 run, and here they go.
Boy, the ability to move Simone Augustus around. She's so great out in the perimeter, but then you flash her low off that back screen. A tough check for Essence Carson.
Augustus has 6. Brunson has 6. Moore has 7.
Yep, we've seen this time and time again already in this game. Minnesota attempting to just build a wall around the bucket and saying, hey, if you want to get to that rim, you're going to have to go through us.
Well, if you're too busy to attend every game as a season ticket holder, we've created a flex plan that includes either 12 or 20 vouchers. If you've watched any game this year, you know this one even excites me. You can use them at your disposal. Choose what games you want to attend, how many people you want to bring to that game. They're called flex plans. They start at just $156. LASparks.com or call 844-GO-SPARKS for more information.
Maya Moore, 3 personal fouls. Sylvia Fowl, 2 personal fouls.
Parker for 3. She's been shooting more threes this year. Lead is 6, Minnesota with the ball. Foul away.
Boy, to say they're calling this game close would be an understatement.
And Moore and Parker got tangled up. Those two often find their names linked on all-time best lists, national teams, accomplishments. Both now, after today, named to the WNBA's all-time top 20.
And Moore will sit with 7.6 rebounds and assists and 3 personal fouls. So if Maya Moore is on the bench, this is prime time for LA. You have got to really put your best basketball on the floor. It's a great opportunity. Howard again. So you sit Moore, and here comes Howard.
There's Nneka, steps inside. No chance for Montgomery.
Got switched on to Nneka. Candace Parker with the recognition, gets it right down low and says, Nneka, get to work.
Natasha Howard back in from Minnesota. Again, Moore just went to the bench with 3 fouls. Sylvia Fowles turns. She's hit on the arm. And the crowd is starting to whistle and boo a little bit. I think, just like you, Mary, they think the official's calling a little too tight.
So 2 superstars will now be residing on the bench. Maya Moore, that is Nneka Ogwumike's 3rd foul. Boy, in a game of this magnitude, you want the stars on the floor. We want to watch Maya Moore. We want to watch Nneka Ogwumike.
Well, they can't ignore the contact, but I don't know, sometimes referees call a game tight early to set those parameters and then loosen up as you go, but we're midway through the second quarter. Sylvia Fowles makes the free throw. She has 5. So everyone in the starting lineup for Minnesota has at least 4 points. They also got 6 off the bench from Howard.
Reeve.
Best winning percentage in the history of the WNBA. She's won almost 71% of her games as a head coach. And the remarkable thing is she was an assistant for 9 years before she finally moved to the last chair on the bench.
Did a lot of time with the legendary Bill Laimbeer.
Laimbeer is 1 ahead of her on the all-time playoff wins list. Bill has 30, she has 29. Rebound Tolliver on a bounce as the scrum was fighting for it. Well, the 3-pointer would get this crowd excited again. How about a deuce instead? Tolliver misses. Never squared up to the basket. Didn't seem like she needed to. Minnesota ball. Minnesota now shooting 45% from the field. LA at 41.
Neither team shooting the ball well from 3-point range. That is not necessarily a surprise to the best teams defending the line.
Yeah, as a single three-pointer. Parker went with Parker. Fingertip grab at midcourt, goes around Gia Perkins, too strong. And 3 Lynx players there for the rebound.
Fouls is like, I got it.
Montgomery feels her way inside the free throw line. Parker throwing it out front for Essence Carson. There wasn't much Gia Perkins could do. 4 points now for Essence.
Whalen's going to be checking back in.
Augustus seemed like she got a bit impatient. Maybe heard the shot clock ticking down. LA still within 1 possession. Cheryl Reeves says, let's back it out, let's settle down. Let's get the matchup we want and take advantage. Eka's not on the floor. 3 fouls. Candace Parker's right there, follows Montgomery under the basket. And Tolliver ended up in a mismatch on Natasha Howard to go 6'3".
She knew she was in trouble.
Tolliver 5'7", even with the ponytail.
You know, we're 11 games in to this LA Sparks season, and maybe a little too much early offense. They're not really getting settled in the half court, working the basketball, making the Minnesota Lynx really defend, reverse, try to get some mismatches on those switches.
Simone Augustus getting a little attention. Cut a finger?
Big steal as well.
Minnesota has 4 Olympians on its roster. Moore, Augustus, Whalen, and fouls.
It's one of the things that people have written a lot about this week. When the Olympic team comes back from Rio and these teams and these players come back to Minnesota, what will the picture be? LA will not be in the same boat. Nneka Ogwumike, Candace Parker will not be on the Olympic team. So from an energy standpoint, ready to play as you're making that final push towards the playoffs, that game on September 6th here between these 2 teams will be very interesting.
You're right, and a compressed schedule at the end, so it means a lot of games. Going to play 1 extra game per week when they get back from Rio. Take about 5 weeks off right in the middle. Also the reason there's no all-star game in Olympic years. Tolliver faked the pass, there was nobody on her. Rebound, Parker. Lavender likes that baseline.
She is just money from that 8 to 12-foot spacing on the baseline.
And it's still funny how Biggs will not follow her out there. She wants that shot. Augustus all the way through. Whalen blocked and controlled by Chelsea Gray.
Got numbers.
No look to Beard, and it's stolen by Perkins. Whalen has a decision to make here. Gives it up back to Augustus. She misses. Second look is good.
It's a 4-point swing. You've got 4-on-1. The bad pass comes right back at you, and you give up more second chance points.
Parker thinking about the 3. Not going well for her out there. She's now 0 for 3 from 3. The other night after the Seattle game, the Lynx players were asked about the quick turnaround, the trip down to Southern California to play the biggest game of the year, traveling, fatigue, and they all said, we're excited about that game. We've been looking forward to that game. Well, when you've won 3 titles in this league in 5 years, you're not afraid of anybody, anywhere.
It's so interesting listening to players from both teams talk about they understand how historic this game, how excited they are for this game, not just for themselves and their teams, but for the league and just general, just people out there.
And a technical foul has been called on the Lynx, knocking the basketball away from the referee. Timeout. 2-2 left in the first half.
The sub above difference is grilled. Because if you're making a cheesesteak and you're not using a hot grill to make it, well, you're not making a cheesesteak. Give our grill a go. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
You're here to buy a car. What would help is simply being able to recognize a fair price. That's never really been possible. But along comes a radically new way to buy a car called TrueCar. And now it is. TrueCar has pricing data on every make and model. So all you have to do is search for the car you want. There it is. Now you're an expert in less than a minute. This is how car buying was always meant to be. This is TrueCar.
Los Angeles, a city as dynamic, growing, and changing as the cultures within it. And on June 26th, the Los Angeles Sparks will host a Latino Heritage Night. Immerse yourself and your loved ones in special musical performances and guest appearances as we embrace the culture and diversity that help make Los Angeles and the Sparks so great. Tickets available now at lasparks.com.
The sub above difference is simple. Just be all sub and no stew. 99% fat-free turkey with no additives, ever. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Want to win VIP treatment at an LA Galaxy game? Then tune in to Time Warner Cable Sportsnet and look for the secret word during select games. Once the word is revealed, go to facebook.com/TWC Sportsnet to enter the ultimate Galaxy fan sweepstakes. The grand prize includes 4 tickets to the team's home game on October 23rd, autographed merchandise, a chance to meet Galaxy players, and more. Watch select games for a chance to win the ultimate Galaxy fan sweepstakes. Only on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet.
This town has always attracted the biggest names in any field. And today we have 4 players on the same court at the same time that are all part of the WNBA's top 20 list. LA's Candace Parker. The score has changed because remember this? Remember the three-pointer by Maya Moore that just beat the clock? Turns out it didn't. Still in her hand. Watch the backboard. It's already lit up. It's still in her hand. In fact, it really wasn't even that close. We questioned it immediately. The referees talked about it. They let it stand, but now they had a chance to go back and look on tape, and they will take that down. So Maya Moore now has 4 points and 3 fouls, and the lead is just 2 points. And could be less than that here with Tolliver at the line to shoot the technical. So that's a pretty good timeout for LA.
And we understand the technical is on assistant coach Jim Peterson for the Minnesota Lynx.
LA was down 5 when we went to break. Now they're down 1. We haven't played a second.
Turned into a 4-point play.
So LA has the basketball at the 2-minute warning and a chance to go in front. Sparks have led, but it was a long time ago. Need a basket. Lavender to Parker. Lost her footing. Maybe that ankle's still bothering her.
Brunson, aggressive defense.
Sylvia Fowl setting up inside against Lavender. Went over her shoulder. Got called for the foul.
That pass from Renee Montgomery has got to just make Cheryl Reeves smile. She really had great patience. Sometimes she just gets going a little too much, puts the ball on the floor. Here she really waited for the position to establish, clear some space. Just a great job of sealing inside.
Well, today at 3 o'clock, Time Warner Cable Sportsnet brings you live coverage of the Lakers officially introducing their new head coach, Luke Walton. Don't miss a special edition of Access Sportsnet Lakers from the Toyota Center today at 3 o'clock right here on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. Barry, I remember covering Luke Walton in high school. Now he's the Lakers coach. Gray to Beard.
Great support from Beard to be there for Gray.
And LA goes in front. Their last lead was at 3-2. Whalen. And a foul, she comes around.
Turnover, stepping in front. nice job of pushing tempo. Comes to LA by way of Connecticut, and she has been high impact off the bench this season.
That last turnover was a foul on Sylvia Fowles. She picks up her third, so 2 of the starters for Minnesota with 3 fouls. Nneka Ogwumike also has 3 for Los Angeles.
McCarville has 2, Tolliver has 2.
Second quarter, Minnesota has 6 turnovers. They only had 3 in the first quarter. Knocked away again.
You cannot make tentative passes against Minnesota.
Brunson is fouled by Parker, who says, really? Did I really?
We haven't seen an offensive play like that from the LA Sparks very much this season, where they just get stagnant, they stand still, and they don't come to the ball. And Rebecca Brunson knows only one way to play.
Mary, is Los Angeles being too deliberate at the offensive end? Are they trying to play to certain areas and certain people on the court? Because it just doesn't look like it's flowing.
Well, it's not going to flow because you're playing with the best defensive teams. They're big, they're physical, they know, these teams know each other. And so, yeah, it's going to be tough. You have to out-execute a team that really knows what you're trying to do. It's not going to come easy.
Lead changes hands twice in the final minute of the first half. Tolliver yo-yoing up and down. 7 points. She and Nneka, the team lead. Lots of time still. Just now 5 on the shot. Gray got caught in the air and gave it up again. Montgomery, the late feed. And Perkins got swatted out of bounds by Candace Parker. No foul.
Great
weak
block.
Stuff out of here.
Parker, the hang time. Perkins is like, who turned the lights out?
Perkins ducking under the waterfall. Lynx by 1. Game clock and shot clock about 2 seconds apart. Matinee crowd at Staples rises. Take it away. Essence Carson can put LA in front.
Defense into offense. And that's the way you want to head to a locker room at halftime. Changes the whole thought process for Brian Agler.
Essence Carson with the takeaway. The pick and the prance.
This is why they wanted Essence Carson, the great defender, so heads up, the veteran making a huge play in one of the biggest regular season games in WNBA history.
So LA chasing Minnesota throughout that first half. And it's LA with the defensive play. Remember, not just the 2 best offensive teams, these are also the 2 best defensive teams in the WNBA. Candace Parker reminds you to go ahead and count it. LA leads by 1 at the half. Now, let's join Jamie Maggio and Cynthia Cooper-Dyke in the Access Sportsnet studio. Ladies.
All right, guys, thanks so much. 1-point game at Staples Center, living up to the hype so far.
Oh, yeah. You know, you look at a tentative Sparks team, but they end the second quarter great, and then a second chance Lynx team. They're doing a great job on the boards.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what the second half has in store. We're going to be back with more of the Sparks halftime report right after this.
As your agent, I want to welcome you to California, Todd. You hungry? Todd's hungry. You like burgers?
I like burgers.
Of course you do. This is a Carl's Jr. California classic. Double meat and cheese, grilled onions, Thousand Island.
Can I tag you?
Absolutely. Thanks for the burger. You know, I get 10% of that. It's a joke. I get 20% of that.
Welcome to California, Todd Gurley. Woo!
They're not allowed to shout with me.
The California Classic for just $2.49. Only at Carl's Jr.
Thursday, don't miss a special NBA Draft edition of Access Sportsnet Lakers
A big night for the Lakers' present and future.
Join host Chris McGee and the Access Studio team for exclusive coverage of the Lakers' decision on the #2 overall pick.
Lakers are ready to select.
Plus, complete draft analysis and the first interview with the team's top choice.
I think it's an awesome combination.
The NBA Draft Edition of Access Sportsnet Lakers, Thursday at 6, only on Time Warner Cable. Sportsnet. On the season premiere of Backstage Sparks, go behind the scenes as Coach Brian Agler gets mic'd up for the first team practice.
Just try to get them up to speed as quick as possible. And offense, work on your ball handling. Challenge your teammate.
Plus, we spend time with newcomers Chelsea Gray and Essence Carson off the court.
Which one of us is better?
Me! Whose jersey's hanging up?
A new season of Backstage Sparks premieres next Friday at 8, only on Time Warner Cable. Sportsnet.
Welcome to this halftime edition of Access Sportsnet Sparks alongside Cynthia Cooper-Dyke. I am Jamie Maggio. Let's get to the first half highlight. There's plenty to show. Candace Parker and the undefeated Sparks taking on the undefeated Lynx. 23-0 record between the two teams. Christy Tolliver starting the break there and finding Jantel Lavender finishing with the lay, and the Sparks trail by 2. Lynx are up 4 now, and Simone Augustus creating some space hits that jumper to put the Lynx on top by 6. And then we'll have seconds to go in the first. Lavender shot blocked, but Parker there to get the shot off before the shot clock expires.
Well, you know, you got to look at what Carson does with defensively, how she runs the floor, and Candace is just incredible with knowing how much time is on the clock and really finishing around the basket.
And that's a steal by Chelsea Gray. She gets it to Beard.
And Chelsea's just so great. She has great hands, great court vision, and was able to dump it off to Beard for the lay-in.
You ready for another steal?
And this is really what the Sparks are built on. They've built this season on their defense, and Essence Carson does not disappoint, but a great steal and finish right at the half.
And that was with the clock winding down, as you said, right at the half. Best part is it put the Sparks on top, so the score is now 39-38 heading into the locker room at halftime. Sparks have to feel good about climbing back in and getting that
Absolutely.
1-point lead. So Nneka Ogwumike and Christy Tolliver are leading the way for the Sparks with 7 points apiece. Both teams are shooting in the low 40s. And it is halftime at Staples Center. Sparks have a 1-point lead thanks to Essence Carson and the steal and score at the buzzer.
It all started that one day. I knew then my destiny. To have a career where I can achieve my best, where every day is different, where lifelong friendships are made, where I'm saving lives and inspiring others. My name is Mackenzie Vandergeest, and I am a Los Angeles firefighter.
With so much to do at Morongo, good times never seem to end. Sometimes you just gotta hit up the spa and sit in the sauna, but then you really blow off some steam. Whether it's winning big on that elusive 21 or finding that perfect 10. Good times never get old. Morongo, good times. And great food, too.
Do you know a high school senior that excels athletically, academically, and is a standout in their community? If so, then nominate them for their chance to win a $2,500 scholarship. Visit twcschamp.com for details. Presented by Shakey's.
What's our Shakey's time?
Party time! Pizza chicken!
Mojo's. It's time to unwind. Game time.
Lunchtime.
Family time.
All day, every day. It's always a good time for Shakey's.
The Los Angeles Sparks have partnered with Equitrust to make a difference beyond the court. Driven to Hoop will transform lives, empower youth, inspire our communities, and excite our city. Driven to Hoop believes it's not what you drive, but what drives you. For more information, please visit sparks.wnba.com/driven to hoop.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Welcome back, everybody. Sparks with a 1-point lead over the Minnesota Lynx at halftime. It is 39-38. Two undefeated teams face it off here at Staples Center. So far, we have a pretty good game here that we're looking at. And I said to you as we're watching the game, Cynthia, oh boy, the start is making me a little bit nervous. They're a little slow out the gate. And you said, don't worry, they're just making some adjustments. You knew.
Well, yeah, I knew that inexperienced Spark team, they're inexperienced at being 11-0 right now. They would get off to a slow start. I thought they settled for too many outside jumpers initially. They start to get their fast break going and start to get the ball inside, but way too many outside shots. They look to be a little out of sync, and we've seen the Sparks really handle the ball and play with poise and really share the ball, and we didn't see that in the first quarter.
All right, well, it is a 1-point lead for the Sparks at halftime. One great half of hoops so far. Every Sparks player or starter, including Elena Beard, has at least 5 points, and the Sparks on top by 1.
You're here to buy a car. What would help is simply being able to recognize a fair price. That's never really been possible, but along comes a radically new way to buy a car called TrueCar. And now it is. TrueCar has pricing data on every make and model, so all you have to do is search for the car you want. There it is. Now you're an expert in less than a minute. This is how car buying was always meant to be. This is TrueCar.
Los Angeles, a city as dynamic, growing, and changing as the cultures within it. And on June 26th, the Los Angeles Sparks will host the Latino Heritage Night. Immerse yourself and your loved ones in special musical performances and guest appearances as we embrace the culture and diversity that help make Los Angeles and the Sparks so great. Tickets available now at lasparks.com.
On the season premiere of Backstage Sparks, we spend time with newcomers Chelsea Gray and Essence Carson off the court. A new season of Backstage Sparks premieres next Friday at 8, only on Time Warner Cable, Sportsnet. Want to win VIP treatment at an LA Galaxy game? Then tune in to Time Warner Cable Sportsnet and look for the secret word during select games. Once the word is revealed, go to facebook.com/TWC Sportsnet to enter the ultimate Galaxy fan sweepstakes. The grand prize includes 4 tickets to the team's home game on October 23rd, autographed merchandise, a chance to meet Galaxy players, and more. Watch select games for a chance to win the ultimate Galaxy fan sweepstakes, only on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet.
Welcome back, everybody. Sparks leading the Lynx 39-38. Both teams trying to remain undefeated as their season continues. And Simone Augustus leading all scorers with 10 points so far. Cynthia, what have you seen from her?
Well, we see a healthy Simone Augustus, and we're seeing her mid-range game at its best. I mean, she creates space with the dribble and boom, just knocks down the outside shot. Once again with the dribble, creating a space and a rhythm to knock down that shot. And then they switch looks. The Lynx switch looks for Simone and puts her back to the basket, and she gets a nice turnaround jumper there.
You know, I'll say the Sparks have allowed her to score 10 points, but I'm really impressed with how they've been able to contain Maya Moore. She has just 4 points, 25% shooting. How have they been able to keep her?
Well, you know, it's the team defense. You know, the team defense of the Sparks, but you got to really have your hats off. Take your hats off to the Sparks. They held the Lynx at 13 points in the second quarter, and they got back in this game, got the halftime lead, and now they just got to finish strong.
Finish strong. Let's do this. All right. For Cynthia Cooper-Dyke, I am Jamie Maggio. We're going to see you guys here after the game. We'll have all the highlights, post-game interviews. Second half coming up. It's going to be a good one. Who'll remain undefeated? We'll find out.
Attention fishermen. Now there's a revolutionary lure that experts say catches too many fish. In fact, it's even banned in some states. Introducing the rechargeable twitching lures, the first rechargeable electronic lures with the genetic secret to catching fish. They're so easy. Charge them like your cell phone. They charge in minutes so you can fish for hours. When it hits the water, it begins to flash, buzz, and twitch. So the big fish think it's an injured bait fish. These twitching lures catch every species of fresh or saltwater fish. The secret is in the patented Strike technology. The lure flashes, buzzes, and twitches to attract fish from miles away. Fish can't resist that twitch because it triggers their urge to strike, programmed deep down in their DNA.
They hear it, they see it, they feel it, and they bite it.
Bass, trout, salmon, tuna, mahi, amberjack, salt or fresh, big or small, the twitching lure catches them all. It's guaranteed a catch on every cast or your money back.
Started to vibrate and the light started to flash. It was bam, instantaneous. Drove the fish crazy. Absolutely phenomenal. One cast after the other, fish after fish. Fantastic.
Watch this. We turned on the camera and a stopwatch. Here's the cast. Pow! Here's the fish. 10 seconds. A twitching lure works that fast. Now, look at them all go for it. This is a live strike in the open ocean. Fish can't resist a lure with a twitch. It triggers their DNA.
I can see it flashing when it's in the water.
Fish magnet. You're not going to find another lure like it on the planet Earth.
The rechargeable twitching lure has been featured in USA Today and even major fishing magazines. The twitching lure takes the guessing out of fishing. This one lure replaces them all. Call or go online now and get your rechargeable twitching lure with recharging cord for only $19.99. Guaranteed a catch every cast or your money back. But wait, order now and you can add a second twitching lure. Just pay additional processing and handling. That's a $40 value for just $19.99. Plus the secret to always catching fish. Priceless.
Temperature still in the mid-80s, so a lot of folks in Southern California retreating over to Santa Monica. That's the view off the pier to the north side. Meantime, at Staples Center, the Sparks with a 1-point lead. Wasn't the names we expected, but Elena Beard is having a pretty good day.
Not a lot of scoring from Candace or NECA, but Elena Beard picking it up 6 points, and then Essence Carson as well. Little step back against Lindsay Whalen, and then the big play to end half. Going the coast to coast with the finish.
She has 6 points and puts LA in front. On the flip side, how about Simone Augustus with 10 to lead all scorers?
She knows how to get into her shot. Outstanding crossover into that jump stop. Outstanding. And then Brunson. Every single game brings her lunch pail and goes to work. Always hanging around the bucket. You need an O-board. She is there boxing out like it's defense and finishing the play.
She had 6 points in the first 3 minutes of the game. She ends the half with 8 points and 6 rebounds. Assists and turnovers pretty much a wash in this game. But look at the free throws for LA. 17 free throws is the most in a half this year for Los Angeles. Their biggest total for a game is 32. That was on the road at Chicago on May 24th. So they are getting to the free throw line. So they're not shooting the ball very well, Los Angeles. Certainly from 3 they're lacking. They only have 1 made three-pointer. Yet somehow, Mary, they're winning this game. And I look at probably free throws and turnovers, the way that they've kind of cobbled together a 1-point advantage.
Well, I think it helped to have Maya Moore on the bench for an extended period. And know that this is the lowest scoring second quarter that the Minnesota Lynx have had this season. Just 13 points. Their lowest prior to today was 17.
That 1 made three-pointer by LA is the worst half this year for shooting the triple. A couple times they made 2. Didn't take long. Maya Moore scores quickly and puts Minnesota back in front. Remember, Moore and fouls begin the half with 3 personal fouls, as does Nneka Ogwumike for Los Angeles.
Moore did not score in the second quarter and only played 3.5 minutes because of the foul trouble.
And they took down her three-pointer later in that quarter. Out fingers Big Sill. 14 reset on the shot clock. That's the way it is in the WNBA now. The reset is only to 14, not 24.
Three-point production's been really important so far this season for LA. They average 6 made threes a game. They have 1.
They're the best three-point shooting team in the league coming in. Most of it on the fingertips of Christy Tolliver, but she misses from the wing.
And the defensive end, the Lynx this season have allowed 25% three-point shooting.
Moore misses. Nneka goes up and pulls it down with some attitude. Beard gives up to Tolliver, then screens, and Tolliver gets fouled. Ball hits the rim twice, but stays out.
For the Lynx, that's knowing the scout. They know that Kristi Tolliver can heat up in a hurry. So coming off that screen, two players come and guard her. Boy, the parade to the foul line continues for Los Angeles.
That's her 18th free throw of the game, 13 made. 72%. On the year, Los Angeles shoots 77%. Minnesota's the best free throw shooting team in the league. They shoot 85% from the line.
You know, it was interesting talking to Brian Egler before the game. He said, describe Minnesota to us. And he said, extremely solid, they're talented, they're well organized, they're well coached, and I hope we're the same. Extend some three-quarter court pressure.
I was just about to compliment Minnesota, and they throw it away. But Mary, when I was putting my notes together for this, I kept stopping and just saying, wow, these guys are good. They have a lot of really good players. You know, this is why this team's so difficult to defend. You can take away 2 or 3 parts, and they still have 3 all-stars behind that.
And then their bench play, think about Perkins, Montgomery, Howard, and McCarville.
Yeah. You can just erase the last 30 seconds off your TiVo right there, because both teams throw it in the crowd. Unforced errors.
Do people still have TiVo, or do most people have DVR?
Well, I just call it that, you know, like Band-Aid, Coke, and Kleenex. It's just almost catch-all terms.
Just checking.
Yes. I forget, you're living out on that cutting edge. Taken away by Carson. Again, her second steal has Beard, and should have given it to her. Did she not see Big Sil?
Sylvia Fowles just saying, all right, if this is how it's going to be. Just kind of hangs in the air.
Yeah, I don't think she believed it until the last second. Beard looks so deliberate. Rolls out to the top, loose ball, going to be picked up by Whalen, who falls on it, flips up. That is a highlight reel from Minnesota.
Yeah, that's a little showtime here at Staples Center.
Oh, that was pretty. 4
Lynx players just digging it out, trying to get after the loose ball.
Whalen just threw herself on it like a live grenade and flipped it up in the air to a teammate who was already at full speed. Beard, 17-footer, they needed it.
Cool, calm, collected. They're going behind just about every screen. Beard's got time, and she is taking advantage.
Beard's been playing this game a long time. She knew her team needed something there, and she had the look.
4 or 5, high efficiency. Got the mismatch inside.
Moore pulls up. Lost Nneka for a second. They get it back. Brunson. 3.
Rebound, still a problem. Second chance points, still a problem.
Wow, look at Brunson playing defense on Beard, who certainly can appreciate it. 2 of the better defenders in this league.
Big call.
Offensive foul, and that's 4 on Maya Moore. Here it is. Whalen picks it up, throws to Moore, who leaves it for Brunson.
Beautiful pass from Moore, and at the other end, Maya Moore with her 4th personal foul. And this just doesn't happen. She doesn't spend time on the bench in foul trouble. Moore playing 30 minutes per game. She sits for a rest. She doesn't sit because of fouls.
Tolliver got tripped. Augustus just picked up her 3rd foul as well. Augustus has has 3. Fowles has 3. Moore on the bench has 4.
At the line for your Sparks, number 20, Christy Tolliver.
And Tolliver goes to the line, a chance to tie the game if she makes them both.
And maybe making a couple free throws will settle her in so the 3-ball starts lining up a little better.
Group tickets starting at only $13. Whether you have 10 people or 100, they can accommodate you. 844-GO-SPARKS. Visit LASparks.com for group tickets, again, beginning at just $13.
Full court pressure from LA. We don't see this a whole lot in the WNBA.
5 lead changes and now a tie in the first 3.5 minutes of the second half.
Whalen trying to run the show, motioning where she wants people to go.
Well, the officials all blew their whistles, but nobody's made a call yet. Now we'll chat. Eric Bruton, Aaron Smith, Jeff Wooten. Just going to be Minnesota ball. Cheryl Reeve has some decisions to make, doesn't she?
They're going to call that foul on Elena Beard.
Yes. Just the first for Elena. Not the game anybody expected. Perkins. A deuce.
Perkins is just too good. You have got to get out on that shot coming off that screen.
High-low, Necka to Candace, who got blocked, gets it back and scores. Brunson had no rebuttal.
That high-low is so beautiful, whether it's Necka to Candace or Candace to Necka. Beard harassing.
There goes Whalen again. Once she gets that corner, almost impossible to stop, and she missed it. Midway through the third quarter. Candace Parker for the lead. Wouldn't go with the left.
Tough shot, tough defense.
And then Parker in midcourt jumps the route, and Candace is alone. LA goes in front.
Kind of defense we did not see last season. It has really blossomed. Full court, three-quarter court, more opportunistic, stepping up, getting steals, just shaking it up a little bit. Don't sit back and wait. Make things happen.
Another steal at midcourt. Elena Beard created it. Necka, opportunistic, jumps in. So coaches will tell you, play defense and you'll be rewarded like this. Candace Parker knocks it away, puts her hand in the air. Used to call that cherry picking on the playground.
As your agent, I want to welcome you to California, Todd. You hungry? Todd's hungry. You like burgers? I like burgers. Of course you do. This is a Carl's Jr. California classic. Double meat and cheese, grilled onions, Thousand Island.
Can I tag you?
Absolutely. Thanks for the burger.
You know, I get 10% of that. It's a joke. I get 20% of that. Welcome to California, Todd Gurley. Woo! They're not allowed to shout with me.
The California Classic for just $2.49. Only at Carl's Jr.
As a team, I think we've almost surmounted the one challenge that we had last year. We have never really been able to have everybody together from the beginning. And to have a team established starting from training camp, I think is a huge advantage for us. We are always able to get some major talent. It was just all about gelling the talent. You know, it's creating a good culture, and we're finding our identity early.
20 years ago, I was just a little girl.
I didn't know I'd average 20 points.
Didn't know I'd have eyes in the back of my head.
I didn't know I would grow to be 6'9".
I didn't know I'd become an all-star.
didn't know I'd be a nightmare on the wing. But what I did know is if I could do what they did, I could be a pro. Watch me work.
And you see the stat comparison, the two superstars for each of these teams not having the kind of impact that we expected, but others stepping up. Simone Augustus, 13 points. Brunson, what a job on the boards with 10 and 8. Agwumake's been quiet. Parker's been quiet, but Tolliver, 11 points and good balance up and down the lineup.
These are the two clear favorites for the WNBA title this year. Of course, Minnesota won it last year. They won 3 out of the last 5. LA is much better, much deeper than they were last year. Remember, it was Minnesota who eliminated Los Angeles from the playoffs in 3 games last year. Minnesota won 5 of the 7 meetings between these two teams, but they're both much different. 6 new players on each team.
Both teams have done such a great job this season of taking care of the basketball, but turnovers have been an issue today. Minnesota 14, LA 11, and the assists, Minnesota 11, LA 9. Jill Reeves like, this is what we planned.
9 seasons as an assistant coach, Charlotte, Cleveland, Detroit.
What a job she has done here. Last year, such a tough season for Minnesota. They were having captains meetings in August. 6 losses in 12 games, and you talk about righting the ship and putting it together at the right time to win that 3rd championship in 5 years.
Los Angeles is the best record against Cheryl Reeve of any team in the WNBA, but it's only about 500. Foul by Nneka, that's 4.
Hard trap on Candace Parker, forcing a bad pass, the turnover, and then Nneka with the foul. So she joins Maya Moore with 4 personal fouls.
I was surprised to look like Nneka just kind of swiped it midcourt, maybe to stop a fast break, but a 4th foul?
Nneka Agwumake came into this game shooting 80% over her last 4 games. She has been unstoppable. So far today, she's 1 of 2.
That's the problem. She hasn't taken any shots. Rebound, Nneka. Just her 3rd board to go with 7 points.
Brian Agler makes the move. Lavender will be checking in. She's been solid, 6 points.
Essence Carson. That's a veteran move. Lost her wraparounds. Still made the bucket.
Tolliver extending, full court pressure. Just giving it different looks.
Right now, LA enjoying its biggest lead of the day at 4 points. Brunson, that won't go.
Surprised I didn't get into fouls with Agwumake on her with the 4 personal fouls.
Tolliver! Oh, Tolliver talked in Montgomery's ear afterwards. The 2 players ended up side by side in front of the Minnesota bench, and Tolliver turned and said, "You know that went in, didn't you?" In fact, maybe when the ball was in the air, Tolliver whispered in her ear, "Listen, listen to the crowd."
First, it's Essence Carson. Uses the screen. Little spin. Uses the backboard. The finish. And then Christy Tolliver loves the baseline corner. Hits a 3. That's how we do it here at Staples.
Montgomery ran at Tolliver. She let it go. They bumped. Both ended up out of bounds, and the ball went in the bucket. Tolliver just turned and whispered in Montgomery's ear.
Early in this game, it was Minnesota that went on the 8-0 run. Now it is Los Angeles on the 9-0 run. And who's on the bench for Minnesota? Maya Moore. You have got to take advantage of those minutes because she's going to be ready to go when she comes back in.
All right, here's Tolliver down in the corner. And here comes Montgomery. They end up side by side. Mary, will you do me a favor and ask her afterwards what she said?
I sure will.
I'd like to know.
Hey, look, these 2 teams incredibly competitive. Sure. They know each other extremely well from overseas, from international teams.
It's what makes it fun. And Amber Stocks, assistant coach in the background. Tanya Edwards, the new assistant for Brian Agler in Los Angeles. Cheryl Reeve has pretty good assistants at her elbow, too. Jim Peterson's been there every time they change the head coach, and Peterson who shows them where to park. And Shelly Patterson.
Biggest lead of the game. Oh, Elena Beard.
Almost a takeaway. McCarville had an open floor in front of her. Rolls to the basket instead. Oh, great pass by McCarville.
Could really watch her pass all day long. Such a different dimension from fouls. When fouls goes to the bench.
To Natasha Howard for the easy score. That was just pretty. Tolliver has 14 points in the game. 7 in this quarter. Trying to get it to Tolliver, but she's well covered by Montgomery. One on the shot. Almost got away with it. And here comes Minnesota again. They've got it to a one-possession game. Hesitation. More slips. Kept her dribble alive, so no walk.
She's got lavender on her. Here comes Beard.
Montgomery for 3. Big shot for Minnesota. 2-point game. 2 minutes to play in the third. Offensive foul.
And she got her money's worth. Chantel Lavender on that moving screen. Beautiful assist from McCarville. The help rotation. Swinging it. Bench play. Minnesota, high impact. Howard, 8 points. Montgomery with her first 3 points.
Minnesota could take the lead with a 3. McCarville for 2, and it was blocked. Saved by Tolliver. Good recognition by Christy Tolliver to keep that ball in play. Montgomery and Tolliver, a nice matchup here at midcourt. Super quick.
And Montgomery's playing very motivated defense.
Tolliver set up a little Steph Curry there. Kept it herself, shaking loose and taking the long look. Perkins. And now Maya Moore giving it up to Howard. Well, Howard's just setting up camp over on that far block, and that 7-point lead evaporates.
Brian Agler says, let's talk about evaporation.
Only took him 2 minutes and 17 seconds to reel in all the slack.
Minnesota's 12-0 for a reason. They respond when needed.
You guys said you were dancers, right? Now my dancers, I need you on your feet if you're dancing. Stand on your feet. All right, let me see it, let me see it, let me see it.
A reminder for you not to miss MLS action. It's tomorrow. The Galaxy back at StubHub Center as they host the Colorado Rapids pregame action starting at 7 o'clock. Access Sportsnet Galaxy, and it's followed by the game at 7:30 only on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. Look over the shoulder of Brian Agler in the Sparks huddle. It is camp day. That's why the 12:30 start on a weekday. Get the kids indoors for a while. It's pretty hot outside, 90 degrees in downtown LA. And burn off what we say, Mary, this is get rid of your wiggles. That's what you say with the little ones.
All right.
Time to get rid of your wiggles. Let them dance. There you go. Well, Los Angeles, like any town, loves a winner. The Sparks are 11-0. People are talking about them going to the WNBA Finals. They're going to have to get by Minnesota to do it. Remember, it's different this year in that it's not 4 from the East, 4 from the West. Top 8 teams in the league going to the playoffs, regardless.
Third quarter, we've seen 6 lead changes and 4 ties. And neither of these teams have had a lot of close games.
LA trying to end a 7-0 run here for Minnesota. Under a minute. There's Beard from 19.
Linda Beard is really making the Lynx pay for going behind Wallace
Sparks got 10. She and Tolliver in double figures for LA. Montgomery just hit a three. That was maybe a step beyond her range. 30 seconds.
Maya on Tolliver. She's got the 4 personal fouls.
5 on the shot. Parker, double team, still with the ball. Gonna shoot it.
Gotta go.
Even if that was caught by Lavender, it would have been a shot clock violation. Underneath this, Natasha Howard again. She has 12 points off the bench. She's their second leading scorer.
Well, you can watch her on your iPad, but what an impact she has.
And there she is again. Almost hits the buzzer beater. So Minnesota ends up outscoring LA by 1 in the quarter. And I guess this is the way it should be. The 2 best teams in the league, both with franchise record starts, tied as we go to the 4th quarter.
You're here to buy a car. What would help is simply being able to recognize a fair price. That's never really been possible. But along comes a radically new way to buy a car called TrueCar. And now it is. TrueCar has pricing data on every make and model. So all you have to do is search for the car you want. There it is. Now you're an expert in less than a minute. This is how car buying was always meant to be. This is TrueCar.
It all started that one day. I knew then my destiny. To have a career where I can achieve my best, where every day is different, where lifelong friendships are made, where I'm saving lives and inspiring others. My name is Mackenzie Vandergeest, and I am a Los Angeles firefighter.
Steven Gerrard, centre midfield, LA Galaxy. The managers asked me to try and get a little bit further forward, try and make some plays in the final third to improve me numbers with assists and goals. But nothing changes drastically. But you know, it's an exciting time. I believe we're well equipped and we have all the tools in our locker to go and compete for the major prizes.
On the season premiere of Backstage Sparks, go behind the scenes as Coach Brian Agler gets mic'd up for the first team practice.
Just try to get them up to speed as quick as possible. And offense, work on your ball handling. Challenge your teammate.
Plus, we spend time with newcomers Chelsea Gray and Essence Carson off the court.
Which one of us is better?
Me! Whose jersey is hanging up?
A new season of Backstage Sparks premieres next Friday at 8, only on Time Warner Cable, Sportsnet.
Minnesota and Los Angeles clearing away the 2 best teams in the WNBA. Nobody else has less than 4 losses. Los Angeles 11-0, best start in franchise history. Minnesota 12-0, the best start in league history. These 2 teams will meet again at the Target Center in Minneapolis on Friday night. We'll be there along with Brian Agler. You know, I asked Candace Parker before the game if these 2 home and homes between the 2 best teams in the league would change the trajectory of the rest of the season. I understand it's still in the first half of the season, but these 2 won't see each other again until September after this week. But she said it's certainly a barometer. We're going to know what we're all about. Well, it hasn't been real good on either side, Mary, and you pointed out before, these are the 2 best defenses.
And it really has been the theme of the day. Also, just great bench production from Minnesota, especially in that 3rd quarter as Carson beats the shot clock, but can't get it to go down. 11 points for Minnesota off the bench, none for LA in that 3rd quarter.
Howard got blocked inside. Finally, the LA defense rotated back under. Howard, 3 times down, had open looks.
Just had a whale of a game off the bench. And you know Maya Moore and Nneka Ogwumike are just itching to get involved, but they just have to stay with it. Let the game come to them.
Perkins high bounce won't go. McCarville rebound, grabbed by Carson.
Now we sound like a broken record, and it really started right off the bat, and that is the second chance opportunities. Minnesota at +9. They have 9 more field goal attempts because of all that work on the O-boards. And that has helped compensate for the free throws that LA has shot.
They called the foul on Carson before the shot. Well, neither team ends up happy with this decision. Essence Carson didn't think she fouled. Cheryl Reeves said it was on a shot. You're going to get the bucket anyway and the lead. Maya Moore makes it a 58-56 Lynx advantage.
Gatlovich on the floor, giving Christy Tolliver some rest.
Nneka turn and face. Takes Natasha Howard and scores. For Nneka Glumake, only her second field goal of the game.
She's got 9 points because of the free throws.
Perkins comes right back.
Again, the bench production leaning hard today on the bench is Cheryl Reed.
20 points off the bench for Minnesota, 8 for LA.
Steal by McCarville.
To Perkins, back to Moore, but it was behind her. And Maya Moore coming up a little gimpy. She trots into the front court.
Nice post up.
Carson.
There was a time in New York, if you saw Essence Carson lining up a 3, you'd say, no, no, no. Times have changed. She's worked hard. The confidence is flowing, and now it is yes, yes, yes.
7 years in the Big Apple for Essence Carson. Now she belongs to the left coast. LA goes in front on that 3. Back and forth we go. Essence is feeling it. Howard just stayed in front of her. Smart play. Howard's been in the league 3 years. That's how to play defense with her feet. Perkins to Montgomery. Already has it. 3 from there. Perkins the putback. Count it!
Gia Perkins, shot goes up. Look what I found. And one more time, the inability to box out, corral a rebound. What does it do? You're offering up second chance points. In those situations, how often do you foul? And now you don't have the opportunity to run off that miss and get yourself into transition offense.
Gia Perkins averaging 7 points a game, has 8. Season high 18 against Atlanta.
18 of the 63 points for Minnesota off second chance opportunities.
Tolliver short, rebounds, Sylvia fouls. Minnesota leads by 2. 7 minutes to play. Battle of the unbeatens. Good lead by Lavender, and then the foul by Augustus, or it was an easy layup.
That was a smart foul by Simone Augustus. Terrific defense inside by Jantel Lavender. Staying loose, not getting all locked in on Sylvia fouls, getting a piece of it. Just so uncharacteristic of both teams to turn it over with this kind of frequency.
So that's 4 now on Augustus, along with 4 on Moore, 3 on fouls.
See the turnover numbers. LA is #1 in the WNBA in fewest turnovers at just 12.5 a game. Minnesota, they're 3rd with 13.5.
Officials going to review this. Hey, look at, maybe it's a breakaway.
Watch the great defense inside. Stay loose, get over the top, get a piece. And yeah, Nneka at the other end doing a wind sprint. Lavender right with her. And you can see Lavender after the finish of this crosses her hands together and says, hey.
Yeah. And it was a breakaway. We've seen the officials reverse themselves once already today.
Simone Augustus could say it was just a little bit of Olay defense. And it's a big play. You're down 2. And you can feel the 2 points on the scoreboard.
Officially a loose ball foul.
Review is for a clear path foul. And really you have to tip your hat to Augustus on that. How you can make a clear path foul look like it's not after review by 3 officials, that's just being a veteran.
I thought they were going to switch it. Parker. Oh, drew 3 defenders. Somehow gets it to Lavender, who dropped it, picked it up, throws it in the can. She's 63 all.
Absolutely money from that spot.
She loves that corner.
But you got to respect Parker, and all the help just leans her way.
8 points for Lavender on 4 of 7 shooting. Lindsay Whalen with the left hand to Montgomery, who finds herself alone again. Long rebound. Brunson had it. Beard knocks it out of bounds.
Brunson, 8 rebounds, 10 points. Elena Beard, 10 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of assists. Tough matchup for Nneka guarding Simone Augustus.
And doing it with 4 fouls. Montgomery, she's getting all the looks she wants. Oh, ahead to Beard. She tried to stop, goes off her fingertips.
Great opportunity. Just too far. There's no way that Beard could catch that before it went out of bounds.
We were tied at the end of 3. We're still tied with 5:47 to go.
Los Angeles Sparks have partnered with Equitrust to make a difference beyond the court. Driven to Hoop will transform lives, empower youth, inspire our communities, and excite our city. Driven to Hoop believes it's not what you drive, but what drives you. For more information, please visit sparks.wnba.com/driven-to-hoop.
People love my portobello mushroom buttery jack, made with portobello mushrooms, grilled onions, and garlic herb butter. Ever wonder how I came up with it? Well, actually, I came up with it at the water cooler, but I thought you'd like this cowboy story better. The portobello mushroom buttery jack is back. Part of the Buttery Jack family. Taste it before it's gone.
Los Angeles, a city as dynamic, growing, and changing as the cultures within it. And on June 26th, the Los Angeles Sparks will host a Latino Heritage Night. Immerse yourself and your loved ones in special musical performances and guest appearances as we embrace the culture and diversity that help make Los Angeles and the Sparks so great. Tickets available now at lasparks.com.
Want to win VIP treatment at an LA Galaxy game? Then tune in to Time Warner Cable Sportsnet and look for the secret word during select games. Once the word is revealed, go to facebook.com/TWC Sportsnet to enter the ultimate Galaxy fan sweepstakes. The grand prize includes 4 tickets to the team's home game on October 23rd, autographed merchandise, a chance to meet Galaxy players, and more. Watch select games for a chance to win the ultimate Galaxy fan sweepstakes. Only on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet.
On Media Day, Essence Carson said it was time for a change. So from the New York Liberty to the LA Sparks, over the last 5 games, 5 of 6, double-figure scoring. Really, the confidence, the focus is just flowing. She enables this team to just get unleashed into full three-quarter court defense, doing a terrific job. And you look at the numbers. Her shooting, so vastly improved from a year ago. Her three-point shooting up close to 15%. Her field goal percentage up 10%.
63-63. 5.5 minutes to play between two undefeated teams. Lindsay Whalen for the lead. Olympic gold medalist 2012, part of the 2016 team that will play in Rio.
Carson DeBeer in this game, 10 of 17 from the floor. Everybody else, just 12 of 33.
Only two starters are not in double figures for Los Angeles. Ogwumike and Parker, the two leading scorers on the team. Tolliver! She's got 17.
Her third three of the game. Leads all scorers.
Tough shot for Augustus, won't go. Neco with the rebound, and all of a sudden it feels like LA has seized control of this game.
Looking inside.
Lavender. No foul, just a block.
Tough pass. But just outstanding help rotation to make it a little tougher for Lavender to release that basketball.
Lavender doesn't think she knows she was fouled.
We haven't seen this big lineup much this season where Ogwumike, Lavender, and Parker all on the floor at the same time. Parker, the swing, give her the assist, and then shooting the three as well as she has in her career, Christy Tolliver.
Backdoor cut by Parker. Look at four defenders around Parker. But she's still trying to get the shot off. Minnesota can go in front. Brunson dropped the lead. Whalen, though, missed from 16.
Both
teams. Two great looks.
Yeah.
Brunson was ready to go up and lay that thing in and just fumbled it at her own feet. 4 minutes left. LA by 1. Rebound Brunson. No, excuse me, Sylvia fouls. Field goal percentages, nothing to write home about. Pretty pedestrian. That's Brunson. Looked like she got kneed right in the quad. It's on Lavender, that's 3. Still quite a bit of basketball left, especially with all these fouls. Come on out to Staples Center on June 26th, Latino Heritage Night. Latino performers are going to entertain the crowd. You're going to have special appearances from Miss California Latina and others. Tickets starting at just $17. Call 844-GO-SPARKS or visit lasparks.com to get your seats right now. Latino Heritage Night, June 26th. 67-66 Minnesota. Well, this game has been on the table for either team to seize control and run away with it.
It really has. 15 lead changes. It's been tied 11 times.
Oh, great read by Beard. Another steal. Could end up leading the league by the end of the day. Need a bucket.
Trying to get Nneka some touches. It's just not coming easily.
There's Essence Carson. That was short all the way. Minnesota calls a timeout with the ball. The Lynx are 12-0. It is the best start in the history of the WNBA. They lead with 3 minutes to play.
Attention fishermen. Now there's a revolutionary lure that experts say catches too many fish. In fact, it's even banned in some states. Introducing the rechargeable twitching lures. The first rechargeable electronic lures with the genetic secret to catching fish. They're so easy. Charge them like your cell phone. They charge in minutes so you can fish for hours. When it hits the water, it begins to flash, buzz, and twitch. So the big fish think it's an injured bait fish. These twitching lures catch every species of fresh or saltwater fish. The secret is in the patented Vibra Strike technology. The lure flashes, buzzes, and twitches to attract fish from miles away. Fish can't resist that twitch because it triggers their urge to strike, programmed deep down in their DNA.
They hear it, they see it, they feel it, and they bite it.
Bass, trout, salmon, tuna, mahi, amberjack, salt or fresh, big or small, the twitching lure catches them all. It's guaranteed a catch on every cast or your money back.
Started to vibrate and the light started to flash. It was just bam, instantaneous. Drove the fish crazy. Absolutely phenomenal. One cast after the other, fish after fish. Fantastic.
Watch this. We turned on the camera and a stopwatch. Here's the cast. Wow. Here's the fish. 10 seconds. A twitching lure works that fast. Now, look at them all go for it. This is a live strike in the open ocean. Fish can't resist a lure with a twitch. It triggers their DNA.
I can see it flashing when it's in the water.
Fish Maggie. You're not going to find another lure like it on the planet Earth.
The rechargeable twitching lure has been featured in USA Today and even major fishing magazines. The twitching lure takes the guessing out of fishing. This one lure replaces them all. Call or go online now and get your rechargeable twitching lure with recharging cord for only $19.99. Guaranteed a catch every cast or your money back. But wait, order now and you can add a second twitching lure. Just pay additional processing and handling. That's a $40 value for just $19.99. Plus the secret to always catching fish. Priceless.
Christy Tolliver, leading scorer in this ball game, 17 points, 3 of 7 from three-point range. Beard with the kick out, lines it up, bottom of the net. Tolliver, left corner, bottom of the net. And one more time from deep. I need a couple more.
Christy Tolliver shoots 47% from the field. Christy Tolliver shoots 47% from three. Doesn't matter to her. She's in range as soon as she's in the building.
12th game of the season. She has 11 turnovers.
Fouls couldn't finish on the far side. LA holds on, down by 1, 2.5 to go. Candace Parker across the timeline. Carson against Augustus. Almost picked by Montgomery. Tolliver for the lead.
Went for the steal. Didn't get it. Tolliver makes the Lynx pay.
Her 4 3-pointers. She had 5 triples against Washington. Whalen. No. Beard first to into the corner. LA's got the ball in the lead under 2 minutes. Trying to go 12-0 and equal the WNBA record held by the team on the floor against them. Carson working with Parker. Clock's at 3. Candace has to shoot it. No. They did not get a good look. Loose ball. And timeout Minnesota.
Outstanding timeout call by Minnesota.
Well, maybe it's shooter's touch. Maybe it's home cooking. Maybe it's clean living. But this ball did not want to stay out.
Renee Montgomery goes for the steal and also just great help trying to reach out onto Tolliver. Here comes Whalen. She recognizes. Once, twice, 3 times.
Tolliver 20 points now. 13 of those have come in the second half. Downtown Dougie Brown, our statistician, doing all the numbers on KT. When am I going to see a shirt at Staples Center, Mary, that says KT for 3?
Well, maybe the next game.
I got to get a side business. I think Tolliver's got one more 3-pointer in her.
All right, here we go.
127.
She's had 3 or more threes, 6 of her last 7 games. It is one of the lifebloods of this LA Sparks team.
Augustus throws it up, out of bounds, Minnesota ball. Agler is pleading his case.
The whole bench is pleading its case.
touches it last.
Sylvia, it went off Sylvia Fowles.
Sure does. That's exactly what it looks like.
The
and the officials
hand.
are going to look at it. Well, just because of the way she was facing, and everybody for the Sparks is facing the other direction. Let's see. Well, it sure looks like Sylvia Fowles touches it last.
And we all know Nneka Ogwumike doesn't lie. Let's watch Nneka's reaction.
Wait. Here. That's the last hand to touch it, and that belongs to Sylvia Fowles. But here's the point, Mary, though. Is there enough to flip it? Because it doesn't matter what we think. It matters what we can prove. I believe Cruz said that in A Few Good Men.
Wow, a nice movie reference to finish this.
It's on every day.
And how important is this? A minute 18 left in the game, a 2-point lead for LA.
Yeah, this is the biggest decision the refs have to make today.
I'm going to say it's off the left hand of Sylvia Fowles.
You called it pretty early, and you're sticking with it.
As Nneka just pulls away from it, and the reaction by Ogwumike is, it's not off me.
Well, there's no way Nneka could have knocked it backwards that fast when she had both of her hands over her head, and they stayed together.
Both teams with 3 players in double figures. For LA, it's Tolliver, Carson, and Beard. For the Lynx, Augustus is the leading scorer, Brunson with 12, and off the bench, Howard, a dominating 12 points in 16 minutes on 6 of 9 shooting.
Now, the referees are looking at all of the replays you see, plus there's a couple other cameras that we don't have access to. Right off the fingertips, it looks from a couple different angles like Fowles touched it last. But Candace Parker was there for LA, and Minnesota fans would be saying, what about Candace? Didn't she touch it? All right, so now they've made their decision, but they want to check the time to make sure the time is correct.
It's so tough for both coaches because you have to talk about both scenarios. If it stays with us, what are we running? If it goes the other way, what's happening?
And this is going to be Los Angeles' ball. Candace Parker's going to inbound it, and Minnesota's going full court press. So LA wins the review. They lead by 2 and have the possession. Candace is going to walk it up. Tolliver's going to go get lost in the defense.
Yeah, they get Tolliver.
Oh, and Perkins got a hand on it.
They're going to call a foul on Gia Perkins.
With her hands, a little push. Ooh.
That's a tough call to make in that situation. It was outstanding defensive positioning. Just, you're right where you want to be. You're going for the ball.
Yeah, that's a tough call against Minnesota. Shot clock's at 15.
If you're LA, keep it away from the sideline, right past half court. And now you got Montgomery's pressure all over Tolliver.
The way it breaks down, each team might have it 2 more times to end this game. Parker. No. Loose ball. Grabbed by Sylvia Fowles. Under a minute to go. Minnesota hasn't lost since last year. Augustus wouldn't go. Rebound Fowles, and she is hammered by Beard, who reached in and grabbed the wrist.
Yeah, and it's a good foul by Beard because Fowles is going for that offensive rebound. There was no body on her. She was going to have the bucket all to herself. That is a great foul by Elena Beard.
And it's non-shooting, be out on the side. 37 seconds. Minnesota could go in front with a 3. We knew it would go to the finish.
Cheryl Reeve trying to get her folks set.
Shot clock has been reset to 14. Renee Montgomery works against Elena Beard. Sylvia fouls against Nneka. Steps through and scores. We're tied at 69. Quick timeout for LA.
Where did the Lynx have an advantage? Inside. Nneka matched up with Sylvia. She's given up 3.5 inches. And Sylvia Fowles settles in and goes to work.
Yeah, Sylvia was watching Candace Parker, and as soon as she left, so no double was coming, Vic Sills said, I'll take my chances one-on-one against Nneka. Watch Candace leave.
A strong, decisive move from Fowles.
Well, this is what we expected, isn't it? This is no surprise, regardless of how it's been played up until now. We knew it would go down to the fourth quarter for sure, and probably the last possession. Now we're going to find out if it's going down to the last shot, and then some.
We talked about this a little bit earlier. Neither of these teams has really been in an end-of-game situation this season. They have won their games by 6-8. The margin has not been close, so each team sort of having to dig deep and figure it out.
Average margin of victory for Minnesota, 13 points. For LA, 15 points. Closest game for LA has been 6. That was at Connecticut. And for for Minnesota, it was 3 points. But LA did have an overtime game in New York. Here we go. Chance to win it here. They want to get it to Christy Tolliver. Elena Beard can't find her. She's in traffic, so Beard takes it herself. Won't go. Rebound Minnesota with 7 seconds. Well, they were trying to go to Tolliver, and Minnesota just simply denied it.
It's a tough shot into the teeth of the Minnesota Lynx defense.
Tolliver just couldn't get loose.
Well, Renee Montgomery, just wherever you go, I will go as well. Just never. You can see Tolliver at the bottom of your screen. Just no way she's getting open. Fowles tracking it. Augustus tracking it.
Why no screen, Mary?
Well, the screen was up top.
I want to get the ball to Tolliver. I'm going to go screen hard for her.
The side cleared out. Would not go down.
So now LA's got to survive one last possession. Minnesota go back inside.
Well, they bring McCarville in, so you're looking for a passing post. Augustus, Whalen, Montgomery, and Fowles. There is no Maya Moore on the floor.
Maya Moore's only 3 for 9 today. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe flow. Augustus on the side. Minnesota, a chance to go 13-0. A new WNBA record. Whalen, Montgomery, got it! That's how you run an inbounds play.
Yeah, you can't run a play any better.
3 seconds left. Aguirre's going to draw something up. How many times has Renee Montgomery gotten an open look in the second half?
And who set this whole thing up? Here comes Whalen off the screen by McCarville. Puts it on the floor. She's not thinking shot for a second. She's free. Montgomery lines it up and knocks it down. Whalen making it happen. Montgomery delivering the goods. And the screen that frees up Whalen, guess what? College teammate Janelle McCarville.
Mary, Essence Carson got her head turned. She had Montgomery at the top, turned her head to watch the play, and Montgomery left her there alone.
It was a beautifully conceived play. But it's all based on not a whole lot of action down low, lots of space for Whalen on that drive.
Each team has made 5 field goals in the fourth quarter. LA's got to have a 3 to tie it.
No timeouts remaining
for either team.
Montgomery all over Tolliver.
Well, whoever gets it is going to have to launch a 3 to tie. Carson at the top. It's Parker and fouled immediately by McCarville, of course. Smart play. Takes it down to 2.1. The only danger here is if you foul is if somebody does get an open look, they can hit the 3 with the foul and win it. So if you're going to foul, you got to grab quickly. So Candace now steps to the line. 3 of 6 today. The key is to make the first one.
And now you're in a tough spot.
Well, now you got to...
No timeouts left.
You got to clank it off the rim, get a rebound, get outside the stripe, and hit a 3.
Or put it up and get fouled.
The crowd at Staples is stunned because just moments ago, LA led 69-67. Throw it off the rim. Chance, Tolliver! Goes!
Her foot's on the line.
Foot's on the line. Foot's on the line, and it might be after the buzzer anyway. Cheryl Reed walks right down to Brian Agler and gave him a big hug and said it was that close, but it doesn't count. And Tolliver ends with a smile, knowing it was that close.
What a game. What a finish. Minnesota.
Well, here it is again. Parker hits the rim, gets it herself, flicks it out. Tolliver
could not get that right foot behind. You can see Cheryl Reeve right there. The officials right on it. There's no question.
And it was it still in her hands? They're looking at it. They counted it as a 2 already. 72-71 would be the final. But it's still in her hands, Mary. And they're going to take it off the board. No basket. So it should end 72-69. So a strange ending to a surreal day with the 2 best teams in WNBA history, at least in terms of starts, playing it at 12:30 on a weekday.
Both teams will have a date at the Target Center on Friday night. Let the games continue.
So Minnesota, even though Maya Moore spends most of the day on the bench and only has 8 points, gets 12 from Natasha Howard off the bench, and Renee Montgomery goes 1 for 6 in the second half from 3. But she hit the one that mattered most. For Mary Murphy, I'm Jim Watson saying so long from Staples Center, where the Lynx win again. They are 13-0. Be sure to join us Friday in Minnesota at the Target Center. Same 2 teams again. Now we check in the studio. Access Sportsnet, Cynthia Cooper-Dyke, and Jamie Maggio.